Okay, welcome back to Lights On. And we are still with Dallas. This is our part 2, which will probably actually be broken down to like part 17 at this point. But Dallas, who has joined our little squad here?
Marina.
Hi, Marina.
Hi, Marina.
Hi.
Welcome to Lights On.
Thanks for welcoming me.
She's a little nervous that our enormous following. I think maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 people hear the podcast. Probably a few more. Looking forward to that. Dallas, who's Marina to you?
Her girlfriend.
She's your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cute.
It's cute. Marina,
Yes.
I just adore you.
I adore you too.
Do you want to tell the story of how you and Dallas met?
Oh.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
I know there's a fly in here. It's
Yeah.
Fly.
His name is Jim.
so in September, my mom and I, who has had a TBI, she's had a stroke, we were going to a Love Your Brain retreat in Colorado, which was a really big deal for her. It was the first time she traveled since her stroke, and it was the first, I guess, like thing that her and I were going to do for an extended period of time that was like not medical. So we were really looking forward to it. And Dallas was there, and he had Irvin, very cute dog, and I was distracted by the dog. Saw him cross the cafeteria, and I knew that he's a service dog, and the only way that I would be able to pet him is if I befriended Dallas. So that's what I did, and here we are.
So, Marina, I think it's just adorable to see you two together. And I love, love, love with all my mom heart that you have fallen for this version of Dallas. I think a thing that happens a lot with any sort of accident or neurotrauma is that people meet somebody before that and they're waiting for that person to come back. They're waiting for that person to return to who they used to be. And I think that puts tremendous pressure on the person in recovery.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it sets up the other person to be never quite satisfied because they're always waiting for that next thing. Mm-hmm. You're a medical professional.
I am. I'm a nurse practitioner.
And you have experience with neurotrauma because of your mom.
Yeah.
And you met Dallas, and it's like you almost saw his aphasia as just like an accent. Like I tell people, it's like you went off to Italy and met somebody whose English wasn't very good. And you're like, but I love him. And that's sort of what I feel like with you two is that you just understand his accent.
Yeah. I mean, I work in a primary care office now, but before that I worked on a med-surg floor as a nurse. And so I took care of lots of people who have had strokes or other brain injuries and had aphasia. So I had some experience with that. It was just very clear to me from the conversations we had that he understood exactly what I was saying. That wasn't really like a question of mine. And he laughed at all my jokes. So I knew he was there.
Was it intimidating when you first met this like very attractive woman who was at brain camp without a brain injury? Or were you just like, I've still got game. Let's go.
Oh, still got game. No, I was friendly, and you and me, I was like, okay, I will.
I think we used the dog as a good icebreaker because we took lots of walks together.
Yep.
And my mom spent a lot of time with us.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, she spent a lot of time with us, walking with us and stuff. And she's not shy, and she's very talkative. So if there was ever, because I was nervous, I'd already stalked his Instagram, and I knew I was in love. And I accidentally liked one of his really old Instagram posts.
The worst.
And I unliked it immediately, and I was like, and I'm Googling, I'm like, will he be able to tell? And everything was like, no, he won't. And the next day, he's like, I have a question. And he like scrolls down to the post that I accidentally liked, and he was like, what's up with this? Or something like that. And I was like, horrified. But
Did you come clean?
yeah, I was like, so what? I was stalking her Instagram.
There you go.
Yeah. But my mom, yeah, she's not shy. And so she definitely was like asking questions while we were all walking. That was nice. And the dog, it was a good excuse to go for a walk. And yeah.
And you had Dallas before you met this woman that I just adore so much. I can't stand it. You were single and you were trying to figure out how to date. And as somebody who presents a little bit differently, especially like you can't get on the phone and chat as easily as some people can, you were really worried for a while until you started dating a little bit. And then you were like, oh, there's actually opportunities to meet people. Would you say that the smartest thing that somebody could do who's overcoming a neurotrauma, who wants to make more friends or start dating, is just to get out and go do things versus like dating apps, because those can be more difficult?
Yeah, 100%. And like, okay, like Tinder, some things like Bumble, go find some friends.
Like the dating apps, you think try everything, including dating apps?
Yeah.
Oh, just cast a wide net and
Yeah.
be open to things.
Yeah.
But it was so easy to make an in-person connection,
Yeah.
that going out and meeting people in real life, finding activities, you're in a D&D group.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing about Marina?
I ask him this every night before bed.
I ask my husband this every night before bed and it annoys him. So I'm asking you, what's your favorite thing about Marina today?
I know it's overwhelming. There's so many things.
I know.
It's hard to pick just one.
What are your top 72 things?
Ooh.
I'm listening.
She hugs me so much.
Yeah.
The physical,
Yeah.
the snuggles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's your snuggle bug.
Yeah. Cute. I love snuggling.
I have seen you also improve your effort in therapies since you guys got together. There's motivation there.
The
Mhm.
speech was very good.
Mm-hmm.
Marina,
Hey.
what's your favorite thing about Dallas?
I mean, there's just so many. But I'm going to name it. I can't pick one, so I'm going to name a couple.
Okay.
One of the first reasons I was drawn to him is because he was so nice. He's very kind and thoughtful. And I just love that. And he's a really good listener. And I like to tell a story.
Yeah.
And he laughs all the time, and I think it's hilarious. I like that too.
It's not different. That was his personality before. I've been grateful a million times, is too low of a number, that your personality was not impacted by this. You are the same person with the same comedy and the same kindness. Amanda, what do you think of all this?
I absolutely love it. I still remember when Aaron got the first picture when you guys were at camp, because we were still working our way through our friendship then. And just what a blessing it is, because we have talked about, as parents, our love for our children and how we want our children to be able to have everything that they want in life. If it's their desire to have somebody in their life significant, then that's what we want for them. And, our love and care for our children and our concerns as parents. And so just to be able to watch all this unfold, it just blesses my heart. It's been so wonderful to hang out with you too.
Cute.
I love it when she cries. She cries on my behalf because I'm always afraid if I start crying, I'll never stop.
Oh,
Yeah,
not at all. I
just-
keep tissues handy
I
all the
know,
time.
I
'Cause
know.
It's just part of who I am.
I cry a lot too.
Yeah.
Got to get it out, man.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
So, Marina, if somebody out there meets somebody who they think like this person's cool, and yet they have like aphasia or something that makes communication harder, and they don't,
Mm-hmm.
what would your advice be to them if they're interested in getting to know that person?
I guess just being patient, I would say it's definitely worth it. Being patient.
And some of your friends,
Educating yourself.
yes,
Yes, that's helpful too.
some of your friends early on were like a little like skeptical or concerned. I don't really know what the right language is, that you had fallen for this injured veteran who doesn't speak as clearly as he used to and he can't use his right arm. And they were a little concerned about that for you. And you were able to say like, I'm all good.
Yeah, I think some of my friends, so for years I've been in a caretaking position between, I mean, obviously what I do for work, but I choose to do that. But like I had helped with my grandpa, caretaking for him, and then my mom, and then previous partners in some scenarios. And so I think some of my friends who had heard about Dallas, they were concerned that I'm maybe leaving one situation where I was spending a lot of time dedicating effort on somebody else and their needs and was going to be just jumping into another situation like that and kind of ignoring what I wanted. But I was like, he's really independent. I was like, he doesn't need me for much in that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's not like I am his caretaker. I don't feel like that.
And you've spent time talking about what things each of you need to be responsible for in your relationship to make sure that you stay as romantic partners and don't get in a caretaking role, including that maybe you bring in outside help if there's something that he needs help with, but also just rise up, sir, right? Like that's part of your plan is just to keep being better, because we can always keep being better. I mean, Amanda said you're not done with your journey.
Oh yeah.
Right. And I think you surprise yourself sometimes when you do something and you might not want to do it because you're not sure if you will be able to, or you might not be able to do it how you imagine yourself doing it. But then you're like, oh, I just did that. And that was like, no biggie.
The first morning Amanda was here, Dallas made us all breakfast, and Amanda just started crying. She was like, he made us breakfast. Oh, he made scrambled eggs. He made biscuits. He had juice. Like we
First
had
of all,
fruit.
I started crying when he came out and said good morning to me. I was just like, oh.
Yeah.
And I just hugged him up.
I know. He's so tall that when I stand next to him, my ear can be on his heart. And I find myself spending a lot of time just listening to his heart, just being grateful it still beats.
Yeah.
Cute.
I thank him for being alive on the regular.
Yeah.
I love
That's
it.
awesome.
I love it. We're going to hope to have you back to really talk as a medical professional as well as a partner in the future to help other folks figure out boundary setting and patience. And we've talked about in a lot of podcasts previously that you have to make accommodations for him and he has to make accommodations for you.
Absolutely.
And people sometimes forget that, including that he's tired now from all this yapping. But like you want to go rock climbing, and rock climbing is not something that's available to him right now. You still get to go rock climbing. And his answer to that gets to be, okay, have fun. Do you need a ride? What do you need? But we all need to do our best. And that is true of all relationships. And we could all learn from that.
Absolutely.
I think we should wrap up with a little quote before Dallas falls asleep, which is always cute when he falls asleep and he's sitting up with his eyes open. My little quote for the day is, I hope you marvel at your own strength and courage that show up every day in so many ways. Because they do. Amanda, you want to wrap us up?
All right. Well, I just appreciate you guys taking the time to be with us today. Dallas, you are amazing. And I do look forward to many more pods with both of you. I think there's just a lot that we can learn from each other and listening, taking time. So I just want to thank everyone for joining us today. And remember to keep the lights on.
Thanks, everybody. You did great.